Hi everyone, and welcome back for our 24-week update. Yes, we have finally reached the point of viability. And what that means is if the baby were to choose to come at this point, the doctors would be able to take life-saving measures and possibly be able to save the baby. So that's a big step for us, and we're very excited about it. The baby is weighing roughly 1.33 pounds and is about the size of an ear of corn, which is roughly 11 inches to a foot long. So for this update, I've decided to split it up into 3 different kind of sections. The first section will be all the doctor stuff that we've been going through. The second section will be my body changes, and the third section will be my fitness update. So if this is something that interests you, be sure to keep watching. All right, so the first thing that I'm gonna put under the doctor section is the quad screen blood test. We took this blood test, it was around, I believe, week 17, and we were scheduled for our ultrasound at week 19, our anatomy scan. And this is a test that tests for things such as a neural tube defect, which is spina bifida, or Down syndrome, or Edwards syndrome, or any other type of chromosomal defect. It is something that's usually offered to mothers that are over the age of 35, if those things run in your family, or if you have diabetes, or if you use drugs or medications that could have caused these type of defects in early pregnancy. Now, I don't fall in any of these risk factors, and from what I've read, it is an optional test, but we weren't told it was an optional thing, and it was just the next step on our pregnancy journey. So they did the blood draw, and that was that. So the week before our anatomy scan, the doctor calls and tells me that my blood work has returned abnormal. They said I had an above average reading for my alpha fetoprotein, which is the indicator for spina bifida. So what she tells me is, this is just an indication that we have to do further looking and further testing, and that we'll know more after the ultrasound, which, mind you, was a week away. So I get off the phone with her, and what do? I go into the World Wide Web, and I go down that deep hole of Google, okay? I'm looking at everything that this could be, and everything's running through my head is, oh, my baby's not healthy, and, my child's gonna have, all these issues and everything. I was freaking out, right? And of course, my husband's like, Sydney, don't freak out, it's okay. Everything will be okay. But just the worry wart took over in me. One thing I did realize after doing a lot of research is the reason this test isn't just necessarily offered to everyone, and the fact that it's usually an optional thing that you can choose to do or not do, is because it has a lot of false positives. Which brings me to our 19-week update, our anatomy scan. Everything is perfectly fine with the baby. There's no spina bifida, there's no sign of it. Everything looks great, and it was funny, the radiologist actually told me, they're like, oh, well, the baby must have known that you were nervous or worried about this because it won't stop showing me its back. So that was pretty cool for me. We have no issues, but when I'm telling you, for a whole week, I was freaking out. I'm just, just nervous about my child. I was worried that something was wrong and there was nothing I could do to help. And what did this mean? Because one of the things is, if the spine is actually outside of the body, they'll actually go in during pregnancy and put it back under the skin. And I'm just like, oh my God, that's so much for a fetus or a baby to go through before even entering this world. So, but either way, so just so you're aware, that is an optional test. And if you don't have the risk factors, or if you're super worried about Down syndrome or something, then get it. But if you don't have those risk factors, I wouldn't choose to take this blood test again, because it caused me a lot of worry for no reason. So there's that, so just be mindful of that. And make sure to just ask your doctor if you can choose to not do it, or what they suggest based on your personal family history. We had our anatomy scan, like I said, at 19 weeks. They got to see everything, and look at our little baby. They are so cute. They're so cute. Can you see? That's a little head and his body and their little feet. She said it was walking across the screen. So those are all the pictures that we got from the anatomy scan, but it was really fun. The gel was really cold. And they were being stubborn. They wouldn't show us their face. They were having their face turned around, and they had their arm up so that we couldn't see their face, and I was a little bummed, but I'm just glad that everything was okay and everything went well. Now, at the anatomy scan, that is where they confirm the gender of the baby. So, surprise! We're still not finding out. So we've chosen not to find out the sex of our baby. Our doctor's actually very excited. She said last year none of her patients chose to keep it a secret. Everybody found out. And this year she already has 2 couples, us being one of them, that are not finding out the gender, and she likes it a lot better that way for whatever reason, but it's exciting. So we're not finding out. I'm sorry if you thought that you were gonna find out today. You're not, because we're not. We'll find out when they make their way into the world. Now let's move into my body changes. I have finally popped, as they say. The uterus is sitting higher now, and you can definitely tell. So I went from looking like I just put a few extra pounds around my waist to actually looking pregnant. And, you know, it's pretty exciting for me because it's finally just not like, I'm not feeling as self-conscious because for those that don't know, I do have body dysmorphic disorder really bad, but now that I've actually popped and it looks more like a pregnant belly versus a fat belly. Everything's going well, and I'm much more comfortable with it. And my belly is hard, which is kind of, it's a weird feeling, but you can just tell like it's hard and the baby's in there. It's so exciting. At this point, I have gained roughly 17 pounds, which is kind of on track with what my doctor recommended. She wants me to gain around 25 to 30 pounds. And so now we're a little over halfway, and I'm at 17. I shouldn't say that, you know, I've been stressed about the weight. My friends will tell you otherwise, but, you know, I do try and eat healthy as much as possible, but as we all know, pregnancy cravings, okay, that's not always a possibility. When you want Oreos, you're gonna get yourself Oreos. When you want ice cream, you're gonna get the ice cream. There's nothing you can do about it. What I've realized now at 24 weeks, we have an extremely active baby. So it was around week 18 that I started feeling things, and I was like, is that movement? Is it not? I don't really know. Is it just in my head? I wasn't quite sure, but by week 19, I knew that it was movement, which is pretty cool. And now I definitely know it's movement, and our child is either a future soccer star or a karate kid. I don't know, but what I do know is they move a lot. And when I say a lot, I'm saying morning, afternoon, after I eat, if they like it, they're moving a lot. At night, when I'm trying to fall asleep, they're moving. I woke up at 3 in the morning to kicks. And at first, it didn't feel so great. It was really weird feeling for me, but it's cool. I mean, it's cool just to know that they're moving. And what I've read is that this is like kind of the most active they're gonna be, and then after about 28 weeks it'll slow down. So I guess I'll know more, you know, when that comes around. But for right now, they're moving a bunch. They are on the move. Another thing that I've read that I should be on the lookout for is Braxton Hicks contractions. Now, I have no idea what those feel like, and I don't think I've had any of those. There's nothing that even resembles closely to what I would say a contraction or even a cramp for that matter. So it's just something that hasn't hit me yet, but supposedly it's supposed to come around this time, or there's a possibility of it. But in my pregnancy, I have not had any Braxton Hicks that I know of. One other thing that I've noticed as of lately is when I eat certain things, I'll have like this dull stomach ache, and it's not necessarily nausea, and it's not indigestion or an upset stomach. It's just this like dull pain in my stomach, and I know it's coming after food. So I'm gonna try taking some Tums to see if that kind of like helps and counteracts it, but it's just weird. It's just a weird feeling, like an uncomfortable feeling. And I don't know if it's just because the baby's in there like pushing up on my stomach and causing issues or what, but like I said, it's not like a nausea feeling, but it's just like an uncomfortable feeling. That's one thing that's came around that I've just been like, this kind of sucks. It's not the, you know, greatest feeling in the world. As for cravings, I really haven't been having any. The only thing that I guess I would kind of say is a craving is French fries. Just if nothing else sounds good, that's my kind of go-to. I'm like, I could settle for some McDonald's French fries or mashed potatoes. Funny thing about the cravings, right? So Dominic is having the sympathetic pregnancy syndrome thing going on right now. He's the one with all of the pregnancy symptoms, right? So he gets cravings. He came by, or came over to the couch a couple days ago with a grilled cheese with pickles. Grilled cheese with pickles on it, together as a sandwich. He said, oh, this tastes so good. He's having all these weird pickle cravings. He's had an upset stomach, and he's having these vivid, crazy dreams. So he's the one with all the pregnancy symptoms, and I don't have any of them. So I guess that's a real thing. It's what I've looked into it, and they call it this the sympathy pregnancy that husbands or your significant others get while you're going through pregnancy yourself, which is kind of funny to me. And finally, I still have the same hair and nails. What I've read is that a lot of people think they're getting this thicker hair from the prenatal vitamins and stuff like that, which obviously I'm still taking. But it's actually because you're not losing as much of your hair as normal. And then after pregnancy, after the baby comes, then you're just gonna, supposedly we're just gonna lose hair just crazily. And I know a few friends that have already been through that, and they said that definitely happens. So that's a thumbs down, because I already have this thin hair, so. Now on to our last category, fitness, my favorite category. I'm still working out my same regimen that I have been doing. I'm lifting roughly 4 days a week, and I'm doing cardio 5 to 6 times a week. Now, I have noticed, now that I'm at 24 weeks, that my cardio has slowed down a bit. I'm still up and able to move and keep it moving and get a good sweat session in, but I've noticed that I'm getting tired and winded a lot sooner than I used to, which I guess is expected at this point. But that's really the only difference I've noticed. I haven't noticed a difference with my strength, with my ability to lift, or anything like that. It's just I've noticed that I've started getting winded a little bit sooner on the cardio machine, which I usually run. As much as I hate it, that's usually what I do. I'm also gonna start uploading some videos of my workouts for you guys, and these are things that can be done by either a pregnant person or a non-pregnant person. Obviously with pregnancy there's some modifications, but these are pretty typical of my normal everyday lifts and what I'll be doing post-pregnancy as well, because I'm gonna take you guys on that journey with me, obviously. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on those videos, if that's something that interests you. I'm also still following my macros when it comes to my eating. Now, do I always follow these to a T? No. You know why? Pregnancy cravings. Because if I haven't made it apparent yet, when that craving comes around, that's all you want, and until you get it, it's just it. You gotta eat it in moderation. Don't go crazy, but it is something that I do allow myself to fulfill those cravings, okay? I don't deprive myself in any way. So my macros currently are around 1,600 calories. I'm eating roughly 138 grams of carbs, 125 grams of protein, and 61 grams of fat. And like I said, that varies, but that's kind of like what I try and aim for each day. So you may think that that's too low of a calorie count or something like that for as active I am, but those are the macros that work for me. So don't come for me in the comments, tell me I'm not eating enough and my baby's gonna suffer. I don't want to hear it. I feel great. Like I said, the baby's measuring healthy and perfect, so just I don't need to hear it. And I'm still eating on my schedule. I'm not eating the doctor's schedule who wanted me to wake up early and have breakfast, then a snack, then lunch and a snack, then dinner and then a snack. That doesn't work for me. So I'm still eating on my schedule. I still eat roughly around 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and I'm gonna have my breakfast then. So it's gonna be yogurt, granola, some fruit, sometimes a peanut butter sandwich. It really just kind of depends. I've had a few requests for a what I eat in a day for a fit pregnancy. If that's something that you guys are interested in, let me know below or go over to my Instagram at SidRushLife and let me know there if that's something you're interested in, because I'll show you guys. But like I said, pregnancy cravings, you never know what you're gonna get on a video like that. since the last time I've got to talk with you guys, we've had some fun stuff happen. So we celebrated Christmas and we got the cutest outfits from our friends. This is one of them. It says Mini Boss. I mean, come on, that's definitely our child, okay? Mini Boss. And another onesie, it says, I got my mind on my mommy and my mommy on my mind. I love this. It is so cute. And this cute onesie, it's 5 a.m. somewhere. So cute. And it's green. So we're doing a lot of our stuff in green and gray. Not the biggest yellow fan. So green it is. And then my other favorite, not guilty. And then if you look at the back, it says, okay, I'm guilty. It's so cute. Christina got that for me, and it's so perfect, obviously, to go with me being a criminal defense attorney. And so those, we're so grateful for such great friends. Those are awesome. And, they're just, I can't believe it's like really real. Like, time is flying by and it's crazy. And another fun thing we did is we went to Hawaii to celebrate the New Year's and take my husband's mother, Miss Karen Jean's ashes. She always wanted to go there, and we got to take her posthumously for her 60th birthday, and that was really fun to go out there with Jalen and Dominic. So be on the lookout for our Hawaii vlog. Well, that's it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and thanks for joining in on this update. And until next time, keep living the dream.